The Honourable Minister of National Planning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I too want to join all those members, two members who have stood up to congratulate the Papua New Guinea, congratulate members of Parliament for taking the time to debate on this 41st year of the life of this Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I know we have been given only 10 minutes to speak on a matter that is so important that it's a little unfair. But anyway, you allowed us to speak for 10 minutes, so I will speak on one or two things. I'm sure this Parliament is full of history. This Parliament is, in a way, the history of Papua New Guinea. It is also the story of every member of Parliament who ever represented their people, both present and both gone. So those members who are not present here, their stories, their legend, and their spirit still exist in this Parliament. But Mr. Speaker, in 1975 we adopted the Constitution. And when you read our Constitution, it is the most complex Constitution in the world. The expert lawyers, smart lawyers will confirm that it is the most complex Constitution on this planet. It is so thick, and if you include the organic laws, it explains why it is the most complex Constitution in the world. But when you remember at 1975, all our leaders were not as educated as all of you. They were real leaders that came from the village. But they gave us something so complex, so important, and in many ways so mysterious. Even the academics are trying to understand how they came up with that Constitution. So as we sit here on this day and allowed to speak for 10 minutes on something so big and so fundamental, we need to realize that we need to come back to this issue sometime in the future and sit down and discuss in detail so that we can understand where we came from and where we are now and where we are going. Because at independence, they gave us this document and they were uneducated, almost uneducated, not educated all of you. But it has served us well. It gave us the fundamentals of how to run a country for a very young country that did not have much experience in the area of democracy and in the area of governing. And we've done very well because after almost 50 years, we are still here. We are still here and we still have a democracy. But when you look at the Constitution, you will understand why we are still here. And because I have only 10 minutes to talk, I will only talk about one or two things that not even the Constitution talks about. And not even documents have been written on why it is so important, but that's something that holds us together as a nation and as leaders. You see, when you look at complex Constitution, you read and read and read, it has all the answers to all our problems in this country. If it is not there, look again. And if you cannot find it, you keep looking. Because that Constitution refers to no other constitution on this earth. Meaning, if the answer is not there, the answer is not outside, it's in the constitution. That is the beauty and the most powerful thing about our constitution. We have to keep looking inside to find the solutions to all our problems. But we've been lucky in this country because we have had some great leaders. All the prime ministers of this country, we've got to say thank you to them. They brought into this parliament something unique, each of them. Whether you agreed with them or you didn't agree with them, you've got to respect them for what they brought into this parliament. I say this because I was there in parliament in 1974. I started work in 1974, so I saw all the leaders. I saw all the prime ministers. And at independence, all those leaders, many of them did not speak English, but they spoke very good pidgin. And they were very good leaders. In fact, they were all born leaders. They were not money leaders. They were not election leaders. They were not academic leaders. They were leaders. Wherever they came from, they were real leaders. I'm not saying you are not leaders or we are not leaders. But when you think of 1975, those leaders came there because they were great leaders. I only have 3 minutes. I just want to say one thing. A constitution is comprehensive. Everything you need is written down. And what they didn't write in the constitution, we've been passing laws to make up for all those gaps. So that's why we've passed so many laws over the years. And if it is not in the constitution, we go and extend the constitution by amending the constitution or by passing organic laws. So the answers are there. But on this floor of parliament, because today we are talking about this parliament, on this parliament, when we enter this parliament, we enter the realm of the speaker. We enter the realm of standing orders. Sometimes the rules don't apply except the standing orders. And on this parliament, the speaker is the boss. And because of the separation of powers, judiciary, chief justice is the boss. In the executive, prime minister is the boss. But on the floor of parliament, speaker is the boss. So sometimes if he interprets the law, or rather the standing orders, in a certain way, well, you may disagree with him, but you have to support him, because that's how our system works. So when you read all those things, the constitution, the laws, and the regulations, everything has been written. But there is something that has not been written that holds this parliament together. And that is, when the speaker makes the ruling, you must respect him. That respect is not in the rules. It's not written, it's not in the constitution, but it is the custom of this parliament. So, that binds us together. Our foundation is respect for not only the rules of the law and the respect for the decisions of the speaker, but respect for each other. Because while we are here, we may disagree with each other, we may disagree with the interpretation of the laws, but we must respect each other. Because when the nation is watching, it is watching the whole nation in one place. Because I'm from Rigo, Sepuka is from Abau. We are all different. In this country, the most common thing we have is we are all different. For our unity, for our progress, we need to respect the fact that we are all different. And for us to be united, we need to respect each other. We bring that very thing onto the floor of parliament. And today, on the 41st anniversary, we need to agree and acknowledge that the respect for each other, respect for the Constitution, respect for our people is the thing that binds us together. When we have brought in the Constitution and the constitutional principles from England and all over the world, we brought the institutions, we brought the cultures, we brought the knowledge, we brought the institutions, judiciary, legislature, and the parliament. We brought all those things, but we never brought one thing. We didn't bring the cultures on which those laws were based. And those culture, they were left behind in England, America, Western world. We just brought the laws. But today, we must have that culture to back up. And our culture is respect for one another. And on the 41st anniversary, that's what binds us together. Whether we agree with each other, disagree with each other, fight each other, we must have one thing. On the floor of Parliament, our uniqueness must be respected. Our differences must be respected. Because the whole nation is different. We survive on the foundation of respect for one another. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.